Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to Newsline. This morning joining me as a valued guest is Mr. Hemanta Varnakulasuriya, President Council. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Farad. Good morning, Farad.
We've extended this invitation to you because there is great consternation in the country. One more revelation. We had just in this last few days, we had the Panama Papers, and then we had the Global Financial Integrity Organization, US-based watchdog, if you like, with its own revelations. In the latest one, which is the Global Financial Integrity one, nearly $20 billion US. Just in case you're wondering what that is 2,888 billion rupees, or put it another way, 2.88 trillion rupees with a T, trillion. All this, surely, Hemanta, are monies that are being held away from the authorities in Sri Lanka, and therefore public money.
Yeah, I've said this before. All these monies belong to you. We are not fighting the government, or we are not fighting those individuals who have stashed away money. But if you find that you cannot buy your daily goods because of the short of cash, and if the country is going on a downward trend, the reason is that several people, millionaires and billionaires, those people who hold high position, has robbed your money. So it is up to you to come forward and then demonstrate and tell the government that these monies are these people are accountable to you, and these monies must be brought back to Sri Lanka, or they must be dealt according to law.
Absolutely. Now then, we had in 2013 the ICIJ, that is the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. They put out a leaked report from Port Kallis in this part of the world. That was in 2013. If I recall correctly, it had about 37 names and various beneficial shareholders. These shareholders are the people who benefited, who are the real beneficiaries of these offshore nominee accounts. And all this information was leaked. As far as I'm aware, neither did the Rajapaksa government do anything about it, nor has the government of Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe in this term done anything about that, apart from, as usual, paying lip service.
Absolutely. You don't expect them to do anything. I don't expect Mahinda Rajapaksa, who is not in power, or this government which is in power, to do anything, because this is a consortium of rogues who have come into power under various pretexts and robbing this country. I am very sorry to say this. I have, as a supporter of Mahinda Rajapaksa, as a person who was appointed, a person who appointed me as the ambassador to Italy, worked against him, voted against him, mainly because of the allegation of corruption that is brought about on the television. When Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa wanted me to go before the television and defend him, I said, give me some reasons, give me some explanation to this whole episode that is being circulated in the media. He said nothing. He said, you don't have to worry about that. You just go and say how good I am. I refused. Now the reason for this, we also believed that those people, the champions who came forward and defended honesty and integrity and wanted to penalize those corrupt people, some of those names, I was shocked to find out. Now, for instance, I must say, Mr. Champakaranamaka, a great admirer. I greatly admired him, and I thought he was one of the best ministers we had. And his close colleague, his name is there in this so-called 37 names. Now, up to now, no explanation has been given. So we are puzzled. We think that we have been, not only the ordinary people, not only the people on the street, not only the people who shout Jaiva, even the people like us have been misled. I mean, in Colombo, so many people voted for this government in order to eradicate corruption. What we see is again enhancement of what Mahinda Rajapaksa is doing. Nothing is being done. People are saying various things. People are saying that they will take action. I do not know. Until even up to now, no action have been taken, which have been on the names release of 2013, even to file a B report in the magistrates court and ask the magistrate not to permit them to leave the country. Now, isn't that the first thing that they could do? You don't do that. There is only suspicion. Now there are names. There is sufficient evidence, sufficient suspicion under Section 150 of the Criminal Procedure Code.
Yeah.
They can go before and prevent them from going.
Now, what you say is true. There is also another matter within the courts. It's an ongoing matter.
Yeah.
But in from some of the documents that are available,
Yeah.
There is a group of industrialists
Yeah.
who have in court,
Yeah.
under oath,
Yeah.
they confirm
Yeah.
that they are holding the amount is around $210 million.
Yeah.
Or 200 million plus dollars.
Yeah.
Asset base is being held
Yeah.
in an account in Gibraltar
Yeah.
to their call.
Yeah.
Now, one of these three industrialists made a sworn statement
Yeah.
in connection with the privatization of a Sri Lankan state-owned institution,
Yeah.
that he had no beneficial interest whatsoever
Yeah.
in that company.
Yeah.
It now transpires by his own statement that indeed that those accounts in Gibraltar are to his benefit,
Yeah.
to his call. It's a trustee thing.
Yeah.
It's controlled through one of their companies in Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
and no less an authority than the Gibraltar Supreme Court has given instructions to that bank, we can name the bank,
Yeah.
Hamros Bank, that they must take instructions on the operation of that account, not from any of these individuals, but from the majority decision of the board of directors of that company, of the beneficial company, which is registered in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Now that is within the court system.
Yeah.
There is a clear case of one of those people having misled the Supreme Court of this country. A B report has been filed, and if you ask me now, what has the police done? Absolutely jack. They've done nothing. And why?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about this particular case, but I believe there is, for us, before this government came in, there were so many institutions, NGOs funded by foreigners to topple Mahinda Rajapaksa government on this question of corruption. Now, what has happened to these people? They have gone. They are enjoying the fruits of this government. They have got various benefits, and nothing has happened. They are all the same. Whether they are supporting of Mahinda Rajapaksa or support of this government, none of them are interested. None of them are prepared to come forward and say we made a mistake. We have to now correct this, and we have to show the people that we are against corruption. Now, if this is true, if the B report has been filed and nothing is happening, it is up to ordinary people like us, like everyone, to go before court and find out exactly what is happening. I believe B report is filed, nothing is going to happen, and it go on for a number of years, and ultimately the report will be filed. There is no action. Now, I do not know how anyone could admit that he has an account in Gibraltar or he has stashed money there, because I do not know, because that's a clear violation of the Exchange Control Act.
Indeed.
And if there is now here I find, in order to send some money to my son for his education, the number of forms, the number of documents I have to fill, and still ultimately the bank says, makes various queries, and the money is not sent in time. But here, people stash millions and billions of dollars, and no questions are being asked, because moment you do that, there must be some institution. Forget about police. There must be another institution to prevent this kind of corruption, because this is a massive thing. This happens every day. Everywhere in the world, people are associate politics with corruption. Corruption is a way of life. In Sri Lanka, definitely way of life. If you make money, only way to make money is to be corrupt. So therefore, I believe if the Prime Minister is interested, he must also, like the FCID, appoint another special unit, investigate into all these things and take appropriate action. Immediately, all these people can be summoned before court. Then at least people know that these people, how high and powerful they are, how important their industries they are, they must be holding, say, 1/4 of our economy. But then they must be brought to court and they must be told, you can't violate the law of this country. If you violate the law, you will be brought before court.
And that is the annoying part, because in this particular matter that I'm rabbiting on about, these directors of the company, they admit that this is their money in a trust, in an account that is being held by the trustees. Now, I want to roll back and get to the beginning. Offshore accounts, nominee accounts, are they illegal?
Completely illegal. You can't, not to offshore account, you can't open any account anywhere in the world without the permission of the central bank. If you do open, within 3 months, all the money must be brought back. So I do not know whether they have got permission to open offshore accounts, whether there is central bank has given under what reason the central bank gave, then that is all must be investigated.
Yes, but of course, offshore accounts per se are not in itself illegal.
No, it's not illegal. But if you in Sri Lanka, if you live in America or any other country, you can definitely transfer money to another account for various reasons. But you must understand, in Sri Lanka you can't do that. But our exchange control laws are so strict. Most of these laws are on the book. That's what no one is going to take action.
But the important part is, whilst these offshore accounts and the use of trustee or nominee services is not illegal per se, in Sri Lanka, if you are subject to Sri Lankan law,
that's right,
then you must declare those
precisely.
Interests.
You must declare that to the exchange control,
and also to the Inland Commission of Inland Revenue.
Exchange control, and also you must understand, moment you send out money from stash money in another account, you are also violating customs laws, which are very severe.
Yes.
So customs laws, exchange control laws, minimum punishment, sometimes in the High Court maybe up to 5 years. With money laundering, it can go up to 20 years.
Right.
Money laundering now we do not know. There must be investigation to find out whether it's money laundering or not. Whether they are.
So what are the chances of this? There's one person now. There's Mr. Amrapali who's been named in. One of the papers names him, but I believe that's not part of the Panama Papers. It's most probably the revelations in 2013, the ICIJ offshore leaks. Now, what are the chances? We don't know which. We did have a chairman of the CEP.
No, I don't want to make any accusations against any person. But if a name, I was also simply disturbed and perturbed. I saw a number of people, even the famous, I believe, he was the famous painter Senaka Siranayaka. I supposing that is the same person. I do not know. If he's not the person, I'm so sorry. But my position is, when I saw this name, I was amazed, because we went on a platform, a crusade. Our minister Champaka Ranamaka and Athuri Ratana became the crusaders against corruption. They came before, and the people shouted and embraced them, because they forgot about the war, they forgot about the victory, they forgot about the highways, They want this country rid of corruption. Now, like in Singapore, have we taken any step other than, arresting people for mostly political revenge, arresting them and producing them in court? But here, there is a case in which have we investigated our own? Now, I'll tell you another story. There was a case in which...
Let's come back after. Let's take a short break and come back to this story on corruption that Mr. Warnakulasuri is going to share with me and you. Stay tuned to Newsline.
Newsfirst, Newsline with Faraz Shaukatali.
Good morning and welcome back to Newsline, where I'm joined by the President's Council legal expert, Mr. Hemanta Warnakulasuri. Hemanta, all talk, no action.
No, there is action. There is action. There is all talk, and there is action. The entire consortium of corrupt people get together and to protect them, protect the others who are corrupt. That is the action. Now I will say I could not stop.
Yes.
Now there was a case in which in the 4th Magistrates Court about some coal tender, some directors are brought. We are very happy now. These people have been brought. They have been remanded the magistrate, but for good reasons gave bail. We were very angry with the magistrate to find out actually what has happened. The magistrate has gone into the B report and found out why only few directors who are Lord Mahinda Rajapaksa have been brought. Others who are not who have been also responsible have not been brought. So he said quite correctly, I mean, if there was justice in this country, everyone is responsible for this deal. Bring them all. Okay. What happened? The magistrate was transferred. So all this talk about independence of the judiciary and independence of this and that is all shibboleth. It's just a statement to please us. We know what is happening. What happened in Kaduwela. I mean, I know that magistrate. It's very clearly shown that he wrote the judgment long before the written submissions even tendered. I mean, so therefore there is a lot of pressure. People can't act. But I must tell you, in the High Court, judges have been very, very independent. And when we say the judges are independent, we want them to take an independent decision, not to do what the government wants them to do. That is what we mean by independence. Now here, so therefore this lobby, the consortium of important people who own billions and billions, they have robbed you. I mean, this ordinary. If you don't find fish or dry fish in your plate, it is because that money belongs to us, belongs to the government, which will be reinvested for development, have been robbed by these people. These are what Mario Puzo said. Behind every big empire, there's the worst empire of corruption and mafia. So therefore we have to do something, because I'm also ashamed of these people we thought we are heroes. They came before, they thought that Mahinda Rajapaksa is going to kill them. Mahinda Rajapaksa will never do that. They came and brought in a huge concept of anti-corrupt government. What has happened? What is happening? So therefore, here in this case, instead of going to Panama, look at the position here. Get the Attorney General, take a preliminary thing of preventing these people from going abroad, and produce them in court. Yes. And then after that, if there is no evidence, discharge them. But I think every single person is guilty of some offence unless he has got approval from the central bank for this opening the offshore account. Now, in that other thing that you subsequently which are revealed by the consortium from 2.8 trillion. Yeah. The period is during Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe's time also.
That's right.
2004. Yeah. Now here this was happening and no one took action, because what has happened here in Sri Lanka, unfortunately, after the demise of the great leaders of this country, corruption has come to stay. Anybody who is not corrupt does not fit into this system. And only those people who are corrupt is be protected and promoted by all systems, including this government.
True. Now, what legal remedies are available to members of the public, to the public?
I believe there are few lawyers in this country who file his actions public into litigation. So we must explore the possibility of the Criminal Procedure Code, and we must, I believe, it's time to kick out those people who are supposed to have fought against corruption in Mahinda Rajapaksa, but very happy if the government is corrupt. Must get out of all these people and not only explore the corruption of the Rajapaksa regime, explore the corruption of what is happening today before our eyes, and this is a clear revelation. And I know there is very little available, but we must decide, and we must get the Supreme Court also to expand the scope of public interest litigation.
Yeah.
Because we have so much of faith in Supreme Court and the judges of this country, and they have to also support the cause of the people to expose these corrupt people, whether they are politicians, business tycoons, or come from any other society.
What would you say if a member of the public, me, says to you, Hemanta, why don't you form a national anti-corruption front forum?
Yeah, I believe I know whether I'm capable of heading an organization like that, but I believe there will be so many people. I mean, we all must get together. Where is the Friday Forum? Where are the other things that wrote those long letters? Where is the civil rights movement? Nothing. We are here is a matter. Here every day we see in paper something happening, but we are all silent. We are all silent. So therefore, there have been several organizations. They have all, the problem with them is their political agendas, their political affiliations, and therefore they are not prepared to come forward and face the music. The music is not to talk about Mahinda Rajapaksa corruption, no, but talk about if there is corruption in the government, talk about them, talk about ministers, talk about others who are involved in this situation.
But one of our viewers is pointing out that when one does business outside of Sri Lanka, there is no law to state that such funds must be brought to Sri Lanka.
There is Section 50 of the Exchange Control Act. You know, you can open an account.
Yes.
Right, but
you must, if you are doing business outside.
But you are a Sri Lankan.
So that's
if you are a Sri Lankan,
you must declare.
You must declare that you can open an account. There is no problem at all.
You must declare your assets.
You declare assets, and you must show the central bank.
Yeah.
And then there is a clause within 3 months. You must bring that money back also.
Right, but if there are business people in this country, in business houses, who trade overseas, and they make money overseas, there is no requirement to bring those monies back here, but there is a requirement to declare those as part of your assets.
There is a requirement under the Exchange Control Act. There is a requirement. If you are a Sri Lankan, if you are resident in Sri Lanka, we are subject to the Sri Lankan laws.
Right.
So even now, supposing if I make money, if I go to another country and appear as a lawyer and make money, that money must come to Sri Lanka, and I must declare that.
Right.
I must declare that, and that money should come. And then there was a time that there was no taxation on that money.
Yeah.
So similarly, we have to. So now this has happened now. So now the government will have to go into this and find out whether there are lacunas in the law.
That's right.
And make amendments to the laws.
And they could. Now we don't know which Amarapala this is. But
we don't know.
There is a Amarapala in one of these lists.
Yeah.
Now, this Mr. Amarapala, they should get hold of, they should find out who this person is.
Yeah.
Look at his declarations to the Inland Revenue.
Yeah.
And then find out whether he's declared his interest in that other company.
No, whether under the present law, unless this act has been amended, I believe no one can open an account outside the country without, if you can open, but within 3 months you must get central bank approval. The The offence is either in the magistrate court, you are sent to the 18 months RI, or in the High Court for 5 years RI.
Right.
Every money laundering, up to 20 years.
Right. So has your conscience been sufficiently aroused by ICIJ offshore leaks?
Yeah.
37 plus names there. The Panama files,
Yeah.
where the ICIJ tell us that they will be releasing that information only in May.
Yeah.
But then we have the Global Financial Integrity Group,
Yeah.
who say about the 2.8 trillion rupee having been spirited out illegally out of the country. Now, with all these three matters, and the matter that I've told you, which is a violation of, which is perjury actually, about the statement made to the Supreme Court here, with these matters, that's $210 million on its own. Now, has your conscience been sufficiently aroused to form some sort of national movement to hold the government accountable?
Now for us, when we all, as I'm concerned, when we voted for this government, we had one intention. We were thinking of Singapore, we were thinking of Lee Kuan Yew, we were thinking of other countries. Amount of benefit the country would derive from when the government is honest. And we believe in Ranil Wickremesinghe, one of the most honorable politicians this country has produced. And now, when these things are happening, it is definitely, I feel I have been cheated. And hundreds of others will feel the same way. And nothing is happening today other than trying to pursue Mahinda Rajapaksa's all the deals. What is happening today? Some of these things, are they transparent? Now I was told that 65,000 houses are going to be built.
Yes.
Have they called tenders for that? Have they found out the lowest bidder? I mean, all these things should be brought. At least we might not be able to do much, but we must all get together. Not only you and everyone must get together, and we must have a channel like the MTV or the Sirasa to drive the people, motivate the people to form and then prevent the politician from being corrupt. This is the main reason. I believe I'm hurt, I'm disturbed. I feel that I feel that if
but are you sufficiently vexed to call up your friends from the legal profession and put together a movement?
Yeah, I will definitely. I will. For instance, there are lot of my friends in the various things like Transparency International, various things. But what we feel is that they all came with a political motive, political vendetta, to topple the government. But are they doing the same thing about the present government? Have they gone into the question of transparency? Have they gone into the question of deals? What have they done about these Panama Papers? What have they done about trillions being siphoned away from our country? Nothing. So I believe everyone is silent.
Yes.
So somebody must take the lead.
Well, I'm going to have to borrow a statement from Minister of Prison Reforms, Rehabilitation, Resettlement and Hindu Religious Affairs, Mr. Swaminathan, who declared the Northern Provincial Council to be all talk, no action, on the basis that they rejected this proposal to build 65,000 homes in that area.
Yeah.
On that note, Hemant Vanukulasurya, thank you very much for being on Newsline, and we look forward to hearing about your new anti-corruption front.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for having watched Newsline. Take care, and do join us during our programs, which we've recorded from Dambulla over the next few days. Take care, and God bless.